Hello.
How is everyone?
Hopefully you all are having a great start to your day. If you are new here, this is the kickoff of the Great Bead Extravaganza. Hooray!
Yeah,
Who's excited?
we are.
Who's ready?
Me.
I
Almost.
I could use another coffee, to be honest.
And another hour, but it's okay.
We're, little by little, as we say.
We're doing it.
So if you don't know who we are, you're like, who are they? Who are they? My name is Andrew.
And I'm William.
And we are Allegory Gallery. We're co-owners of Allegory Gallery, which is located in lovely Ligonier, Pennsylvania, which is about an hour east of Pittsburgh.
Sorry.
And like, how many hours west of...
8 hours west of New York.
Is that far?
Well, depend. Train ride.
5.
No, it's 8 on the train, about 6 or 7 by car.
I guess.
Unless you drive like Andrew, then maybe it's 5.
I drive slow and I obey the rules of the road.
So, I am a good driver.
Correct. I can do like stunt driving.
Now the truth is coming out.
Just ask my sister. We've been on some harrowing road trips. Anyway, if you can't make it to lovely Ligonier, Pennsylvania, which is a charming town, straight out of a Hallmark movie.
Pretty much.
They do film movies there. But anyways, so if you can't make it, you can always visit us online at allegorygallery.com. I'm going to put this up and try not to knock the stand.
I know, right?
Whew. Don't mess it up, William.
Don't do me wrong, he says.
I know. I was like, this is very precariously balanced.
We're okay.
So if you can't make it to lovely Ligonier, Pennsylvania, which is near Falling Water, if you need an extra incentive,
right.
Or if you have somebody in your life that's like, hey, I love architecture, you'd be like, hey, let's look at this house and stop by this beautiful little town.
I know.
So if you can't,
if we're not good enough for you, there's other reasons, is what he's saying.
There's other reasons. I can give you a list as long as my arm, maybe more. Unless I like put small print. So if you can't make it in person, which you should.
I don't know. Someone said they have a 40-hour drive from California. That's pretty long.
Well, they have planes. It's only like 4 or 5 hours, depending on layovers.
Right.
You could stop by and say hello. We'll make it worth your while. You'd be like celebrity. We'll drive you around town like the mayor or something. So if you can't make it after your 40-hour journey, then you can always visit us online. We have a sale going on right now.
Is that backwards to everybody? Probably. I don't know.
And the sale coupon code is TGBE 20.
20. Let's see if we have a banner for that.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh, there it is. Oh my gosh, it's like we did our homework.
Look at that.
Holy guacamole. So if I was like, what? We prepared?
What? Huh?
We've only been preparing for this for months. So you were like, are you sure?
Are you sure?
Are you sure?
No, we're never sure.
This seems a little cut and paste here. So we have a sale going on. You can save 20% off almost everything, pretty much everything. Store.
Yeah.
Normally we hold back, we have our own fine pewter line. Normally that does not go on discount, but for this weekend, it is discounted. When does the coupon code end, William?
Our banner says the weekend, but it officially ends midnight Eastern time on next Wednesday.
That gives you a little bit of extra time.
Plus, it gives us a little extra time because, as the banner says, we may be adding more things than you see here throughout the weekend. We're going to give you some teasers of some projects we're working on and things we're doing, and then a lot of stuff is going to be popping online throughout the weekend and throughout next week.
I'm excited.
Me too.
We've been working hard on things.
Yeah, we have. It's not easy, y'all. It's not easy, but it's worth it.
It's nice. All right. I was gonna sass, but it's too early for.
You can't get too sassy.
Too sassy.
When he can get sassy, folks. He said he gonna make it come out of me.
It's like, go ahead, bring it out. Then want to see the full force?
So make sure you comment in the
Maximum
comments
sasshole.
where you're from. Let us know where you're at. We have someone from Denmark here, so thank you for
Wow.
joining us. I hope you all enjoy this. Let us know where you're from. Be sure to hit that love. Make sure you follow the Great Bead Extravaganza page. You want to follow the page and be in the group.
There's a whole weekend of
You don't want to miss any of this.
presentations.
Now,
we
also,
printed this out.
We did. You can print it out too. Also, don't forget to go subscribe to us on YouTube.
Yeah, we
We're
like that.
We're working hard on YouTube, and follow our page at Allegory Gallery on Facebook. You can find us pretty much all over the world at Allegory Gallery, @Allegory Gallery.
Yeah, it's like a little branch, a tree, and that's the root.
We would appreciate you all liking and following and subscribing, because it really, really does help. And we do lives every freaking weekday, everybody. Pretty much. Monday through Friday, we do lives. We come to you live. Andrew gives you tutorials on Tuesday.
Yeah. Sometimes they're tutorials. Sometimes I just talk.
Sometimes we just talk with you and hang out with you. Sometimes we show you new stuff that we have. Sometimes we show you hidden stuff that we found in our, boxes and boxes of stuff.
If you don't like to make friends, don't watch.
Yeah.
Because we're a friendly
If you're
bunch.
antisocial.
And you're like, I don't like talk. I want the meat. I want it now.
Yeah.
Then you can watch somebody else's videos.
Yeah.
It's not gonna hurt my feelings.
When you watch those shows on TV where they sell stuff and they do more talking than selling, that's kind of like us.
No, wait. More talking than selling, or more selling than talking? We're opposite.
We do more talking than selling, but we sell
As
you
they
stuff.
can tell probably by
Right?
this
We haven't even
intro.
gotten to it yet, but this is what we do, everyone. We hang out with y'all. We get to know you. Usually we have 136 people watching right now, so thank you. But we normally go through all the comments and chat with people and all that. We like to do that every weekday.
That would be
at
hard
5.
now because they're going
I
like
know they're going
this.
so fast.
I can't read that fast, y'all. And
But we'll be catching up afterwards and talking to y'all that way too.
correct. So we go live most weekdays at 5 p.m. Eastern time. So if you need to bust out that time calculator, do that, because or set yourself alarm. And I should say we go on about 5 o'clock. Sometimes because our store closes at 5, so sometimes we roll in like at 5:05.
Yeah, sometimes I got a customer. You got to finish with the customers, right?
You don't boot them out the door.
You don't just say, "Oh, I got a live. Goodbye."
We should just
that was
have
my
them,
foot kicking.
We should just have them be on the live then.
I know,
like,
right?
Hello.
Like, I'll get out now.
They'll be like,
I know.
No, that's not good.
Donna says, I love watching the lives. Donna watches the lives with us quite often, so thank you.
Oh, good.
All right.
All right. So then we mentioned that. Also, if you go to the Great Bead Extravaganza page, if you would do me a favor, maybe we'll have a giveaway. You think we should have a giveaway?
Let's see what the favor is first.
Well, the favor is go to the Great Bead Extravaganza page and find our presentation, my face and William's face.
It's happening right now.
And click share. And then we'll pick a winner from the people who share.
Yeah,
this
we can
post.
see the shares. You got to share public so we can see it.
Yeah, if you one of those secret people
if you just share
like,
to myself or share to 2 friends, we can't see it.
No, I can't see it. And also it doesn't show up.
Yeah.
So you have to be kind of public, because otherwise then people be like,
change that audience to public when you share.
Correct.
But don't forget to change it back before your next post, because it holds that.
Well, you can whatever you want to do.
Or share always public.
That's not my problem after.
So he's going to do a giveaway of some sort.
Well, after we flip the camera, William's going to run over there and find an inspiration kit that's a nice one. And then we'll show you.
And then we'll show you your prize.
When do you think we should have the drawing for that?
Let's do it at the end of the day. Let's give them all day to share.
Okay.
So at the end of tomorrow morning, we'll announce the winner.
Before Abby starts, we'll announce the winner tomorrow. We'll just put a post.
One little post in the group. We're only posting in the group.
In the group. So you have to be in the group too. So that's like a kind of a 2-part challenge if you're not in the group yet.
Everywhere. We want to see you everywhere.
Correct. All right. So let's flip this around before our time runs out.
I know, we're gonna
Usually we don't have a time restraint.
Yeah, we go for hours sometimes, literally.
But in a nice way.
Yeah, we like hanging out with y'all.
In a delightful way. One time I was on the TV time with Jamie Yoshida from the Bead Gallery, and we were on for like 4 or 5 hours, and people were like, I love it, but I have to pee. And then it's like, I'm not holding you back from using the bathroom.
No, no, no.
Don't give me no doctor bills.
I know.
All right, y'all. So if you were following along before this and we're not completely new stranger danger time to you, then you might have seen that we had some kits available, and I'm missing one of them. I must have dropped it.
Oh no.
It's a black one, so you're just gonna have to use your imagination station to fill in the blanks. But I have this, and this comes with seed beads and a strand of check glass and some accoutrement like these clasps and some larger beads. But I have these in that I worked up. It's brick stitch with a fringe. So I wanted you all to see these, the different colorways and how they look. Because I think that's pretty cool. What do y'all think? So this one I think might be my favorite. What's your favorite? Actually, I don't know. I think this one might be my favorite. Actually, no, maybe this one's my favorite. Actually, no, maybe this one's my favorite. Actually, no, maybe the black one's my favorite that's not here, but we're all imagining it. So anyways, so these are what we're going to work on today. If you want to work along with me, you can, because I'm going to kind of go slow. Usually when I'm doing this, I can do it pretty quickly. But since I'm going to be doing a little bit teaching time, it's going to be slow. So if you want to work along with it and you have these, bust out that kit and work along with me. I'm using, if you just got the pendant and you didn't get the full kit, the kits are available if you are interested. That's at allegorygallery.com if you are interested in that. By the way, if you are interested in working along and you only got the pendant and you didn't get the seed beads, they're size 8 check seed beads. It's not necessarily essential that they are like a Japanese seed bead. Japanese seed beads are traditionally, they're more graded, which means that they pick out any wonky ones. Of course, a couple always kind of slip in there. So while you're working, you can pull out anything that's kind of really outside of the box. But anyway, so I've got these different varieties to show you. And let's see. I think we're going to work up this red one. What's that red one called, William? This, sunset? Huh? Sunset. He said sunset. I guess this is sunset. Maybe it's like Technicolor sunset. Like you're just like, whoa, I ate a mushroom I found on the path and the world has exploded into colors. Don't do that, y'all. So let's get started. So I'm going to be using a bonded thread. It can be whatever the thread of your choice. Just make sure that it's not going to be too heavy. This is a 6-pound weight. You can use Nymo or silk, the one of your preference. So I cut off a wingspan, and what a wingspan is one arm and one torso. This is going to give me a little bit extra, and that's okay. I want to have extra as opposed to not have enough. So I don't want to have the sad times if I run out. So anyways, I've got this thread, which I hope you can see that. I mean, it's almost like invisible, but it's in my hand. It's the smoke color. I like the smoke because it kind of almost disappears. On lighter wood, like on this lighter wood, it almost becomes a decorative element. So you can have the thread showing and it looks purposeful. You know, it's like, oh, he meant to do that. But on the darker ones like this, it almost disappears and you can't even see it, which I like both kind of effects. But all right, so we're gonna measure out about 6 inches or so, and we're gonna place this into the pendant. And this is the bottom part of the pendant. And I'm gonna let gravity do its work and find its natural kind of resting point. And then I'm going to tie a knot, just an overhand knot, nothing special. And I'm going to make sure that that's nice and tight. And then I'm going to do another knot. Now, if you want to get fancy and do like a surgeon's knot, you can do that as well. Now, we want to make sure that this is super tight because this is what's holding that on right now. And if that comes loose, then you're going to be a little bit sad. All right, so once you've got that, we're just do an extra one just for kicks and giggles, all right? Okay, so now here we go. We have to find the other end, which is here, which you probably can't see because this is blending in beautifully with my background. And I'm gonna thread my needle on camera. So wish me luck, y'all. Oh, I did it. All right, so the next thing we're gonna do is I'm going to have my seed beads. I'm actually going to dump these out on my little mat because I think it makes it a little bit easier to pick them up. I'm going to pick that out. All right. And then I'm going to pick up 4 seed beads. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So I'm going to pass these all the way to the bottom, and having done this a couple times, I'm going to move this knot over just a smidgen. And I'm going to make sure that that knot is in the middle of the pendant, the middle of the width of this pendant. All right. Now, size 8 seed beads are great because they are the same width. Look, it's almost like I planned that. I did, y'all. All right. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pass my needle under this part of the pendant, and then I'm going to pass it up through the 2 seed beads that the last 2 that I added. And the beginning is always a little bit tricksy. I always feel like whenever I do seed bead projects, that's always the trickiest part. Once you get going, it becomes really easy. But you know, you just have to get going. All right, so you want these to be side by side like that. I don't know if you can see that, but they're side by side and the holes are all going this way. They're all going like this. So you want that to happen. Now, because this one is a little bit wonky and I want this tension to be somewhat tight, I'm going to take this needle and go down through the first 2 seed beads, and then I'm going to go up through the last 2 seed beads, and it's basically making a square. And why I'm doing that, and I'm going to pull tight, the reason why is I'm going to get that so that the tension is nice and taut, and the holes on these seed beads are fairly substantial, so you can fit many thread passes through. Don't worry. All right, and I'm going to pick up 2 seed beads, and I'm going to pass them all the way down to the bottom, like so, and I'm going to pass my needle underneath my pendant, like so. And then I like to have my finger here and the pendant here and the thread in between my finger and the pendant. And that way the seed beads don't want to go down and like fall underneath and get down here. They're going to stay up at the top. And so I'm going to take my needle and pass that back up through the 2 beads that I just added. And they're going to nestle nice and taut next to the other ones that I added. And now I'm just going to repeat that. I'm going to repeat that 4 times. So you're going to get familiar with this. So pick up 2 seed beads, pass it down to the bottom, pass my needle underneath the pendant, and then I'm going to go up through the 2 beads that I just added. All right. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, am I watching this over and over? Deja vu. And I have a size 10 or 11 needle. So it's a long, which is nice for beading, if you know what I mean. If you have the shorts, they can be kind of frustrating sometimes. But yeah, so I did that again. I picked up 2 seed beads. I went up through the bottom of those seed beads that I just added. And I'm going to have these nestle nice and tight next to each other. All right, I'm going to do it again. Be like, oh my gosh. All right. And I know in the preview part, I kind of just showed these super fast. And then people were like, what? I watched it again. And then I was like, maybe I probably should have slowed down and let y'all saw the project that we were working on. But you know, I guess it's like a surprise. You'd be like, oh my. And we're just going to pull this down, go up through the seed beads that we just added, and pull it. Make sure you pull tight, but not too tight, because if you pull too tight, 2 things can happen. You can maybe break your thread, which is less than ideal. Or the other thing that can happen is that when your next step comes, you're not going to be able to get your needle up through into the bead. So just make sure that it's tight, but not too tight. And once you do this a couple times, you will be a master at this. So easy. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I need to add 1 more column of beads. So I'm picking up 2 beads. I'm letting them go nestle down to the bottom. I'm going to pass my needle underneath that pendant. I'm going to have that needle or that thread in between my thumb or my finger and the pendant, and then go up through the seed beads. All right. So I just talked about not having it too tight. But now I want to kind of tighten this up so that it's not so wavy gravy. So what I'm going to do is I have the thread. It's coming out of this end of the seed beads. I'm going to go down through this one like so. And I'm going to go up through this one. And I'm basically zigzagging the thread to reinforce it down through this column. And then it's going to be up through the next column. And you don't necessarily have to do this step. I like to do it because it tightens up the beadwork. And it gets anything that's kind of out of place, it will kind of straighten out a little bit. And so I'm just zigzagging my way across. All right. And I'm going to pull taut and kind of maneuver this so that it's in the center of my pendant. So you have to flip that over and make sure that it's in the center-ish. And that way, if you need to adjust any of your tension, you can spread your stitches out so that it'll be nice and taut. All right. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up 5 seed beads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to pass this all the way down to the bottom. And then I'm going to pick up another seed bead and I'm going to go up through the 5 beads that I just added and the 2 that are in the column. All right. And that bead that we added at the end is going to be our stop bead for our fringe. And I want to make sure that this is not too tight because it's not going to have any drape to it. But I also don't want it too loose because then it's going to be weeble wobble style. All right, so I'm going to take my needle and I'm going to go in between the pendant and the next column of beads and go down through or up through this column. And I'm going to pull tight and get that started onto the next row. Now the next row is we're gonna add 7 beads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I'm gonna pass those all the way down. And then I'm gonna pick up another bead. And I'm gonna go up through the 7 that I just added and the 2 in that column. All right. And then I'm going to go down through the next column. And then I'm going to pick up 9 beads. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that 5? That's 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, I'm going to pass that all the way down to the bottom there so that they're nestling nice and tight to the original brick stitch. And then I'm going to pick up 1 bead and go up through those 9 beads and the 2 from the original columns. So basically, we just repeat this over and over, and you'll be like, "Why am I watching this?" And it's fun. It's nice, right? We're gonna spend the morning together. I hope you all are having a great weekend so far. I know for some of y'all it's real early. For us, it's not too bad. All right, so the next row is going to be 11 beads. So we're going to pick up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right, I'm going to pass those all the way to the bottom. And then I'm going to pick up 1 bead and then go up through the 11 seed beads plus the 2. All right, easy peasy, pots of peasy. All right. And then now I'm going to go up through those 2 in the next column. And now it's on the decrease. So we were increasing each time, and now we're going to be decreasing. So I did 11 here. So I'm going to add 9 this time. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oops. I'm going to have to maybe do that again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. All right. And then I'm going to pick up 1 bead and then go up through those 9 beads and those 2 from the original column. And there you go. Now, if you wanted to do a pattern, you could definitely do a pattern. And what I recommend is making a grid. And once you know the sequence, it's going to be 5, 7, 9, 11, 9, 7, 5. Then you can draw that out, and then you can take colored markers or highlighter and fill that in. And if I have time, I'm going to make a little diagram for you all, and then that way you can color them into your hearts, print them out, color them in and make you can just go wild making patterns. You can make chevrons in here. You can do one stripe red, one stripe blue, one stripe red. You know, you could do all kinds of things. You could do an ombre if you have a lot of different colors in that same kind of color family. So it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's a lot of ways that you can customize this and make it unique and your own, which I think is a wonderful thing when it comes to these kinds of uh, kits. Is I like to see what you will bring to this project and how you will make that you make it your own and make it unique. Half-hour notice. All right. So I'm almost done. What? What? Usually I'm like, no, never. I'll add something. I don't like you signed up for an hour. You're gonna get an hour. So I added 3 beads, 4 beads, 5 beads, and I'm gonna pass this down to the bottom. And then I'm going to pick up 1 bead and then go up through those 5 beads plus those 2. And then I'm done. No, I'm not done. I'm almost done though. All right. So the next thing that we're going to do is the tie off. And that's kind of the tricky part. So what I like to do you like that? Do you like that? How you like that? Or do you hate it? Does it look terrible, like the garbage on the street? No, I think I like it. So this is the little fringe. If you wanted to, you could add little dingle dangles on the ends of these. If you wanted to, and you know how to do the coral branch technique, you can do this where you add like seed beads here and then branch it out, and that'll give you a much fuller kind of uh, skirting. I don't know how you say that. It just flares out more at the bottom. I like that technique, but and also because it kind of looks like branches, and then you could have it be like, you know, this is the bird and this is the tree, but it's up to you. All right. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do the tie off. So I'm going to use my bionic eye. And I'm going to go in and I'm going to look and see where there's the thread, and I'm going to put this needle in between there, and then I'm going to just tie it. Now you have to make sure that you don't catch any of the other threads, because then it's going to kind of snag-alicious on there, which is not good. If you want this to be really stiff, if you want these to be have a lot more rigidity to them, you would just go and go back and retrace your steps, going back and forth, zigzagging up through this fringe. But the one thing that I will say is that if you do that, it gets really stiff. But if you have a pattern and you really want that pattern to be noticeable, then you can do that. All right. But we're not going to do that. We're just going to go and leave it a little bit loosey-goosey so that there's a nice drape to it. And what I did here is I picked up this thread bridge that is connecting this part, this fringe, to the pendant. And I went underneath that thread bridge and I made a loop. And I'm going to pass my needle through that loop and pull. And I'm going to get in there pretty tight. And then I'm going to get my nippers. And I know some people, they like to have the thread burner. I'm not a fan of that smell. And also I always run out of batteries, yo. So then I'm like, oh, I can't use it. So then I end up using nippers anyway. All right. So then you've got this one hanging out. And what I like to do is weave this in a couple times and then trim it. as opposed to just trimming it right now. But for the sake of time, I'm just going to trim it right now. But normally I would weave this back in a couple times, and we left enough on this tail so that we can. Um, so maybe I'll show it because we've got a little bit of time. All right. Whoa, yo. I'm having the needle threading luck today. All right, so I'm just going to weave this in a couple times. And then that way it will give it a little bit more strength. The only thing, we don't want to catch any of those fringes because then we'll make a knot and it'll get tangledy. And we don't want to have the tangle time. And all this is also when the thing about seed beading is that it can be very delicate work. But if you reinforce your stitches like what I'm doing now and creating multiple points of connection, it can become very sturdy, actually. You're basically weaving, ergo bead weaving, and that creates a lot of strength. So each of these threads, in theory, holds 6 pounds. It's a 6-pound test bonded thread that I'm using. If you want to use like Nymo, I would wax my thread with like Thread Heaven or beeswax and condition the thread. Or use the one of your choice. You could use all kinds of stuff. I haven't tried it with Softflex yet, but I'll see. Maybe I'll do an experiment off camera this weekend and see if I can do the same technique. I know they've been doing a lot of bead weaving with the soft touch. All right, so I tied that off real fast, real easy, just like I showed you on the other end, and I'm just going to trim it. Whoa, all done with that. Now, what do we do with this now that we have it done? What are we going to do with this? Well, we could do a lot of things. The kits that we have for the TGBE Fall Fest include a clasp. It includes some bigger beads. So if I wanted to design this, it also includes some check glass, some strands. So I could easily make a necklace and put seed beads in between. I could make these into earrings. Really, that's where the fun comes in, and you can kind of choose your own adventure with the design of this. So it's up to you. If you like more asymmetrical, you could have, a bead up here and a bead down here, and then string it up. You can also make a little loop here and put seed beads on that. You could incorporate chain. You could do all kinds of things. One of the things that I'm going to do, since I have 2 of these, how about we make earrings real fast? How many?
20 minutes.
All right, I'm gonna make these earrings super fast. You're gonna be like, what? Is he the Flash? All right, so I've got some jump rings here. And I've got 2 sizes. I have a solder jump ring and I have an open jump ring that is a 9mm jump ring. And I'm gonna need 2 of each of these. And I'm going to need 2 ear wires. So I've got this one. And this jump ring, this smaller one, is, I believe it's maybe 4mm jump ring. And then I've got 2 of these lever back ear wires. I love lever back ear wires because you don't need to have that little giblet that always gets lost. And these have their built-in. All right, so I'm just gonna open these up. I'm gonna use pliers. I've got these. In theory, I have this all set up beforehand. So I've got these bent nose pliers, and a chain nose pliers, I'm going to pivot. And the reason why we pivot like this as opposed to this is if we go like this, it distorts the shape, and then it will make it super hard to get that back to be a perfect circle. Also, if you go like this, you're creating a weak spot. So if you twist it gently and make an opening that way, then you will have much more success. All right, so I'm going to take this, I'm going to pass it, that jump ring through the pendant, and I'm going to add my soldered jump ring, and then I'm going to close it up. All right, making sure my ends meet, and you can hear a little click. Did you all hear that little click? And then I'm going to take my lever back ear wire and do the same thing, twist it and pivot it. And I'm going to get that smaller jump ring and then close it up. Oh my goodness, so fast. Now, if you are at home and you're beading at your own comfortable speed, which is much quicker than when you're demoing, you can bust these out maybe 20 minutes. So if you need to make some fast gifts or something to sell at a show, you know, this is a great project to do that because it's so quick. If you do make anything using any of our components, we would love to see. We have a design challenge group. It's called Allegory Gallery Design Challenge. Oh, William, we have a spammer. I don't know. It's
Facebook name or YouTube?
let's see. It is Facebook. Well, let me see. Let me just take care of this real quick. Block user. Delete comment. All right, I took care of that. All right, so these are some quick earrings that you can make with these beautiful little fringe and using these laser cut components. Now, these laser cut components are ones that are based off of my own original designs that I sketch out. I drew these out, and we took a picture of them, touched them up in Photoshop, turned them into vectors, pumped them into our laser, and then cut them out. Now, our laser is currently dead, so hopefully we have good sales this weekend because that will help fund our new laser. All right, William, you're up. All right, I'm gonna clean up while he comes. Don't boss me, I'm the boss.
Get out of my way.
I'm the boss, not William. All right. Show them.
Show them the way. Hello, everyone. How are you? I got to raise my chair. How's it going, everybody?
Don't kick the stand.
Don't kick the stand. I hope you enjoyed that. Wasn't that fun? That was fun. Now, I've shared a few tutorials of Andrew's, like his idea book and his making beaded monsters in the comments in most of these videos. So check those out. They're on our YouTube, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Now, we have a line of fine pewter components. Many people don't know that because we just acquired it this year, but we have this wonderful line of fine pewter components, and there are hundreds, I mean hundreds of components like this elephant right here. Isn't that guy cool? Or girl. Maybe it's a girl elephant. I don't know.
A bull is the boy.
See? And then we have this dragonfly and this rabbit. Now, all of these are in the antique gold finish that we have. And we know that going through hundreds and hundreds of items is sometimes difficult. So what we're starting to do is make these little kind of I love this one. This is one of my favorite pieces. We're making these little kits or groupings of these collections. I always kind of stay away from saying collections because our collections in our online store are collections.
So
This is a collection in a collection. This will be a collection of collections.
Curation.
A curation. So we're curating these little groupings. And so we are doing these. These are not in the online store yet, but these are one of those things we will be adding to the online store throughout the weekend. So you can get this group of 6, and this little group of 6 is going to go, it's going to be a little bit less than what you would pay if you bought them all each retail. It's going to be $24 for this group of 6, which I think is a great deal, right? So
which one is their favorite?
A lot of people are loving this octopus, I see. Marianne says, I do love these Allegory pewters. Received one in a kit. Thank you, Andrew, for a beautiful product. These components are amazing, says Deb. So I hope this will make it easier. We're going to make these in gold, in antique silver, and antique copper. So you can pick from the gold, copper, or silver kits or collections. And this is going to be our one of these little wildlife collections that we have here. This is the first one we're working on. Let me show you the second one. I'm not going to show you too many of them because we don't have a lot of time left, but I do want to make sure that you see these because we do know it's hard to go through hundreds of products in an online store. So we want you to be able to grab these and kind of experience them. So I think putting them into these little collections, here's another little octopus in a different form. Making these little collections will make it easier for you to purchase a group of them and not have to kind of sort through what you might want or would not want. And you'll be able to play around with them.
Also, we'll have pictures of the different metals. Currently on our website, we only have one finish photographed. We're working on adding all of the finishes, but we'll have pictures of all of the finishes in these collections. So then you can see all the different kinds, and that's super nice.
Yeah, Lee says, can't wait to see the copper. Yeah, the copper is really pretty. I'll show you some. These are just toggles in the copper, but it's a really pretty copper color.
It's an antique copper.
Mm-hmm. So they're really pretty in silver, copper, and gold. We're going to have the collections in all of them. And we hope that'll make it easier for you to purchase. This one has another little elephant in it. It has the butterfly. It has a little pig. This pig is so cute. This pig is so cute.
A lot of these designs are Bali inspired. So the original carvings, a lot of them come from Indonesia. So if you're like looking at them and you're like, oh, that kind of looks like Bali style, because it is.
Yeah. So there you go. This is the second one. This is going to run, I think, $19 for this kit. They'll all be a little bit different because they all have different costs and things once we put them together. But there's a lot of detail on these. Like this owl. This owl is so cute with its big eyes. And has lots of great detail, feathers all around detail. So that's going to be another collection of our components. And hopefully you'll like it that way. And it'll be easier for you to purchase and kind of get to know our collection. Because we really want you to get to know it. Because the more that you purchase of it, the more we can do with it. And we want to have it really manufactured and possibly wholesaled. So we have lots of plans for this collection, but we've got to get it out there into the world. All right.
To grow the line.
We're trying to grow the line. Holly says, is there a limited number of them? Currently, technically, yes, there will be a limited number simply because we're not in full production yet.
We have the molds. We just need to raise about $15,000.
So might take a little while, but we're getting there. We're getting there.
Little by little, yo.
Yeah, the line is completely ours, and we own it now. So there's a lot that we're planning to do with it in the future.
And one of the nice things about our line is that it works so well with the other lines that, like with my family is Green Girl Studios, and they have a line of fine pewter, and it works really well with those, and also it works really well with Tierra Cast. So it's a nice way you can kind of use from all of them and and not feel bad.
Right. And if you all don't know, Green Girl Studios will be going live tomorrow at 3:15 p.m. Eastern time. So make sure you check out their presentation as well. All right.
If you're looking for Tiara Cast this time, they are doing another project, and she's in Tennessee somewhere, so she can't do it this time. So people are like, oh my gosh, where's Tracy? And she's taking a break this time, but she'll be back.
Yeah, and we'll put a link into the comments here to link into the AG Fine Pewter line. You can currently buy each piece individually, and so you can always do that. But we'll be adding these collections into the line as well, kind of curated collections that we hope will help you get involved with the line. All right, so make sure you check them all out, though. There are like pages and pages of things in our website of the Allegory Gallery Fine Pewter line. Now, last thing, I think, the last thing, we are going to announce a new kit today.
Hooray!
Hooray! And this is a big kit.
This is a design challenge kit.
So this will be going online shortly, hopefully shortly after this video. We're working on everything.
We had some hiccups before we got online.
Yeah, but our design challenge kits, what they are is they are a full kit that has usually a bead blend. So this is the bead blend for the Winter Garden kit. This is called Winter Garden. And these are big kits. These are big kits. So these have a lot of components. This is a full 2x3 bag of the bead blend. So there's these beautiful clear gold colors to this, and kind of citrine-like colors. So this is what you'll get in this kit. It's not online yet.
That's the mix.
That's the mix. That's the luxury bead blend.
It looks a little bit green on the screen because the bowl is green, like a verdigris in the inside, and a lot of the beads are clear. So it's got a little bit, it looks a little
good.
bit.
Looks good on camera. Joan's saying, how would you integrate pewter pieces into a project? There are holes in all of them. Yes, Joan. There are holes in the pewter pieces.
Some of them have more than one hole.
Right. Lots, easy way to incorporate. You can easily incorporate. These are actual beads. Okay, so the Winter Garden comes with these 2 large and in-charge crystals. Here's a penny for size.
Those are vintage.
Vintage. We do a lot of vintage component in our kits. So if you check out any of our kits, you're going to see vintage components in most of them. All right, and then you get these beautiful crystals.
Now, those are not vintage.
Now, you are getting 6 of these crystals. Look at that. That's 3 pairs of earrings right there. Then you're getting these gold-plated components.
Those are part of our secret line.
Yeah, there are some items that are not in the full line online, and we keep them for ourselves to use them in kits and things.
I included these because they remind me of poppy pods. I don't know if you can see that or not.
And they have large holes, which is always nice.
Which is good for leather.
Suzanne says, order with AG with confidence. Thank you so much. And then we have these little gold-plated pieces. These are hard to see because I can't get too close to the camera. Hopefully you can see those.
Pardon me. We got new phones, and the zoom in feature is a little bit wonkadoodle.
Yeah. So then you get these little leafy design gold-plated pewter.
If you want to see closer pictures, we're going to have closer pictures.
Yeah, everything will be on the website. Somebody's asking what is included in the kit that you demonstrated. Those are all on the website too. So you can check those all out. Every piece is laid out, hopefully, I think beautifully. I do it. So hopefully you can see every piece that's in every kit. Just go to our website at allegorygallery.com. You get this Allegory Gallery Fine Pewter toggle in the antique gold finish with these little beautiful flowers and little kind of floral covered stick for the closure. And then you get these vintage check glass beads.
Good quality.
I'm trying to fit everything on here. You get these 2 little nuggets of goodness. You get this gem cut strand.
It's like an opalescent.
Opaline. Then you get this beautiful strand of check glass faceted rounds. And lastly, you get these check glass faceted drops.
Whoa.
That is a big kit, right, everybody? That's a big kit.
You don't get this.
You don't get that. So there you go.
You
That
gotta
kit,
make that.
you got to make that yourself. So that will be available in our online store. You will be able to get the discount on it.
Here, let me take this banner off so that they can see it a little bit better.
Okay.
What?
So there, all of that available in the online store after this presentation. We got to get it up and running. We have the pictures taken, so it won't take too long. The design challenge group is where you can debut the designs that you make with this kit.
I just took that banner down.
What was the banner?
That was the design challenge banner.
Oh, was it? Well, that's okay. I'm telling them because we didn't actually finish telling them what it is. So the design challenge kits, they have a date of release. So the kit is released, but then there is also a project reveal date. So on that date, we will create an album in the design challenge group, and you will be able to take that album and put your stuff in it that you've made on or after that date. If you miss the date, that's okay. You can be 10 years later and you can add something to that album. It's perfectly fine. It's just a great way for everybody to see what everyone has made. So it's a fun way to do that. We are also going to be doing, I set one on the table. I already took it out of stock. What am I talking about? We're also going to be doing a creative Zoom make-along. We do make-alongs on Zoom where we hang out with y'all. Whoever wants to get on camera and hang out with us and chit-chat, we do that. And so we will be releasing the date of that Zoom make-along. I can't look at my calendar.
I think the 17th.
Or the 18th.
No,
I thought it was November 18th. I could be wrong. But we'll be releasing that date in our design challenge group as well. And
18.
So it's November 18th from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Time. You can get on Zoom with us, hang out, and make stuff. And we'll probably be using this kit to make stuff. All right. Suzanne says the make-alongs are a great way to get together. I think so too. We just hang out with each other for 2 hours making stuff. And it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. All right.
Show them the prize.
I'm going to. Let me move this out of the way. So remember we said that if you share this video, you could be entered to, well, you will be entered to win a prize. And that prize is this beautiful little kit. So you get this check glass strand, this check glass strand. You get these, oh, so cute little mushrooms. All the kids are into mushrooms right now, right? And these have holes that go top to bottom, so they make nice little earrings if you want to make earrings out of them.
Lampwork glass.
These are lamp work. And then these ones, Andrew, these are the rondelles. And are these ceramic?
No, they're melamine.
Melamine. Tell them what that is, Andrew.
It's like them plates.
Them plates.
You know, them plates that that I break sometimes.
All right. Those plates you break sometimes. And then you get these little leaves. All right.
They're like basically a form of plastic that they did Limoges on, which is paintings that are printed.
So this is available in our online store. If you just want to purchase it, you can grab that. You can look at all of our kits in the Allegory Gallery kit collection on the online store.
We have over 100 available.
Yes. So make sure you get the kits. There are 9 of these actually in the online store. One of these, this one, will be given to somebody who shares these videos. Make sure you note in the comments that you've shared so we can check it out. And make sure you share publicly so we can make sure that we can actually see it. All right.
And then don't forget to use the coupon code.
So there you go. Save 20% on everything we're talking about. AllegoryGallery.com this weekend and through actually Wednesday. TGBE 20 is the discount code. And remember, we will be adding more things to our online store. So be sure to follow up in the group. We'll be posting new things we're adding all weekend long. And you can grab those with a 20% discount. If you order more than one time, we will do our best to combine to save you on shipping. If you're in the US and you order over $100, you get free shipping all the time at Allegory Gallery.
Okay, time.
Time is up. Thank you all so much. Do we want to flip this around and say bye?
No, Candy's going to be up next at 12:45 Eastern.
You got a bathroom break, everyone. Go use it. Get some breakfast. Get some lunch. And we will see you on our Monday live at 5, we hope. Remember to follow us. and subscribe. Thanks so much, everybody. Bye now.
See ya.